Hey, summer's just about here, and a lot of kids across the area are starting their search for a summer job. But what does it take to land one, and what can you expect? Randy Wooden joins us from the Goodwill Professional Center, and you deal with a lot of people who've had big, long careers and things like that. Everybody's got to start somewhere, and it starts with a summer job.
My first job, I worked in a restaurant and scrubbed pots and pans in
and you
back
learn
in the
something
kitchen.
there
So,
that goes and pays into
exactly.
other things
And
too.
so I'll be on today for a couple of segments to talk about, hey, if you're the parent of a youth or a youth yourself and you're interested in landing that summer job, what are some things you can do to try to, well, to get the job?
Yeah, well, point number one, you say, be realistic. That's the case with any job.
I can't have your job. I mean, I'd like it.
Everybody's got to start somewhere and start usually at the bottom.
Yeah, you're not going to make much money. The hours is not going to be glamorous. The hours may be not real good. Something you may want to think about, though, is do I like to work with the public, for example, working at a convenience store, at a grocery store? Would I prefer to not do that? Maybe work in landscaping or in warehousing.
Yeah, that's a great point, because different personality types might lend themselves to different things.
Exactly. So that's one thing about being realistic as far as what you'd like to do, but also to understand from the employer's standpoint, hey, you're not going to run the show. Okay.
So the next, you talk about networking, just like in any career, you start talking to people. Who would you network with, though, about a summer job?
Well, one of the first things I do is I'd say, hey, do I have any friends who are already working?
Okay.
They've already made the leap. They're already there. If they know me, they could put in a word with their boss to say, hey, Randy's available. I'd also think about my parents or relatives or neighbors. Everybody knows somebody, and that's usually the door opening, is that when you have that contact, at least now you get a chance to interview. And that's the biggest frustration, not for just young folks, but across the board, is I apply, but I don't hear back.
Okay, so make some calls, get that rolling.
Yeah.
What about a resume? I mean, you're just getting started in life. You're not going to have a lot on there. Do you still need a resume?
Yeah, you really do. You need to have one. And if you don't have work history, think about this. First of all, what are your skills? Okay. Do you have transferable skills? For example, soft skills, meaning you can work well within a team, you're dependable, those kinds of things. Can you list that on the resume and cite examples maybe from school or extracurricular work or sports teams or volunteerism? And also, if you have hard skills, for example, have you handled money before? Have you in fact worked with the public before? Those are things you've either done or you haven't done. So list those on the resume, and again, tailor that to the job that you're applying for.
Now, volunteer thing, either Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, or church work or stuff like that, definitely gives you skills. So those are things you can put on a resume.
Absolutely.
Too.
Life's a long journey, and you learn as you go, you acquire skills. But making that leap to get that first job can be a challenge. I hope today we've been able to at least open up some ideas for folks about how to go about that process.
Okay, well, mom and dad sometimes are in on this. Sometimes it's just the young person doing it themselves. But we're going to be talking some more ideas about how to get it rolling and get that process started. Randy, thank you very much. In the meantime, if you want to get in touch with Randy, you can always do that by getting in touch with the Goodwill Professional Center. They're based out of Winston-Salem. You can either go to their website, goodwillprofessionalcenter.org, or email them at procenter@goodwillnwnc, that's for Goodwill of Northwest North Carolina.org, or give them a call, 336-464-0516, and we'll be talking more with Randy in the next half hour.